Hi guys, how's it going? I hope you're all well. So as most of you know, I've received the new equipment. It's all safe and sound in the house. We had, how many was it? 2 clear nights this week, so I was out with the equipment setting up, doing things like polar lining. Unfortunately I didn't film because I really wanted to concentrate on getting everything done correctly, and I couldn't film at the same time as doing that, unfortunately, but I will do videos on how to polar line in the future and stuff, just as a separate set for you if that's something you'd like. But it was just that it was too much of a faff to get all the equipment together. A week before the telescope arrived, I'm not even joking, the weather was lovely, a week of absolutely lovely weather, and then the telescope arrived and the weather was horrible. The clouds rolled in and the rain came in too, and unfortunately, if you watched, I think it's two videos ago, I did a video on my den being really damaged, and unfortunately, as you can see now, one of the panels has completely blown off this time. So yeah, the weather has been dreadful, so I took the 2 clear nights that I got and I was out for both of them. So I set up the tripod, made sure that everything was level. I did all my calibration, so I calibrated the polar scope with distant objects. That was during the daytime actually. I did that on a chimney, so I did those sorts of things. I aligned the finder scope, things like that, just general things that can throw a whole imaging session off course if you don't have them done correctly. So yeah, I was just doing everything so that when I go out for an imaging session, everything will be neat and tidy and ready to go. So yeah, I was calibrating things, I was making sure everything was working properly. I was just setting it up as if I was going to have an imaging session, so making sure that I had all the cables, all the power that I needed with the power tank. Oh, that's the other thing, I got a new power tank for my telescope, and I also got loads of new filters, which I'll show you guys in my next video. I'm really excited about these. I got a set of astronomic RGB filters for my filter wheel, and I also got hydrogen alpha, oxygen 3 and sulfur 2 as well to make up the Hubble palette. So I just thought I'd buy them all in one. There was a really good deal on them as well, so I managed to grab them when I could. So I've got basically all the equipment I'm ever going to need now, basically forever. So I'm really sorry there hasn't been a video out in the garden yet. Hopefully that will be coming for you next week, but no promises because Scottish weather is not very reliable, as I've said in many previous videos. So hopefully on Friday, everything is going to run smoothly. I'll get my polar alignment done, because what I didn't realise is I had to make sure, 2 things I learnt from polar alignment was, the first thing is you have to set your latitude on the latitude meter on the side of the mount. I'm using the EQ6R mount for those of you guys who have not watched my previous videos. But yep, so I had to set my latitude, and you always have to make sure the tripod's level. So everything like that can mean perfect polar alignment versus no polar alignment at all. So yeah, I'm really excited to get out with the scope and start shooting images. I was planning with my app called Skyview, if any of you guys are interested. It's a really good app. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's a really good app, and it basically shows you where everything's going to be in the sky all the way through the night, so it sort of like tracks its path across the sky. So I tracked the Bubble Nebula, and it was completely out in the open sky. There was no trees or housing near it at all, so I thought that was a perfect target for my first one. It's normally shot in, I want to say the Hubble palette. It's normally shot in the Hubble palette, or at least most of the images I see of it are of it taken in the Hubble palette, but I'm actually going to be shooting in RGB just for starters to get to grips with everything, and I'll go back to it maybe in a few months and start shooting it with the Hubble palette. So yeah, that's hopefully going to be my first target. That could well change. I probably shouldn't have told you guys that, because it could well change. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking at the moment for Friday night. Fingers crossed. You can see through the trees, it's just grey. Everything's grey, covered in thick cloud. The grass is wet. I really don't know why I'm perching on the grass, to be honest, but the grass is soaking and it's about to come on to rain again. But hopefully this will all clear for next week, and I'll get out with the new equipment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the first imaging session with the equipment, but until then, happy stargazing.